Alright guys, we had so much fun last time popping this. Decided to break my last one. Again, we're doing a 1990 Fleer. Let's go and get right into it. Kelvin Martin. Kelvin Martin. I think my phone is better than this camera. Harris Barton. Steve Folsom. Vance Johnson. Al Toon. Rich Camarillo. Ron Hall. James Jefferson. Joe Montana. That's what I'm talking about. It's got a corner ding, of course it does. From the box. It's probably from the box. Sorry. Lomas Brown, Kevin Butler, Jim Wilkes, Chris Jakes, Deion Sanders. How's this corner looking? This one's not as bad. And Clyde Simmons. Let's try something else. Let's try it like this. Did not work. Got a card stuck in there still. Trying to find a way to get these out without damaging the cards, but make it easier for me. But here we are. Chris Spielman, Richard Dent, Eric Martin, Mark Murphy, Ron Heller, Ray Wade Wilson, E.J. Jr., Steve Smith, Dave Maggette, Thomas Everett, Beaver McGee, Larry McKinnebrew, Norm Johnson, and Bernie Kosar. Pete Metzlazar, Frank Miniford, Bill Mass, Ronnie Lott, Dean Stinkenhoover, Mark Ripon, Ricky Dixon, Simon Fletcher, Anthony Miller, Ron Stark, Piercy Snow, Danny Villa, Richard Johnson, Michael Irvin, and Ed West. I'm going to try it through here. Let's just flip these. Harvey Armstrong, Blair Thomas, John Stevens. There's another one of those Joe Montana MVPs. Let's see how this one turned out. Oh, it looks a lot better, actually. We're going to go ahead and sleeve that up real nice. Ray Horton, Tim Harris. Our pile's already starting to fall over. We got a checklist. We got to see if we have this one yet. Nope, yeah, we got this one. This one's got Barry Sanders on it. Terry Hogue, Sammy Smith, Lionel Washington, Gary Anderson, Brian Wagner, John Alt, and Joe Jacoby. Let's go ahead and get that Joe Montana sleeve. Real nice. Real nice. go ahead and do something. Let's draw this. It'll help us down with what we're looking at. Eugene Lockhart, Bruce Smith, Bubba Paris, Lorenzo White, Dennis Smith, Pat Lee, Robert Awat, Mark Robinson, Grant Fiesel, Christian Okoye, All-Pro, nice, Eddie Murray, Jim Covert, Buford Jordan, Sterling Sharp, Mike Don. Let's go ahead and get this one sleeve as well. Looks real good, real nice. Keep going, guys. Greg Riccozzi, Steve DeBerg, Art Still, Tim McGee, Freeman McNeil, Cedric Mack, Chris Moore, John L. Williams, Barry Sanders. We pulled another one. That's nice. Brad Munster, Jim Doborowski, Don Majorski, Mike Ken, Seth Joyner, Chris Dolman. Again, we're going to go ahead. Multi-sleeve my Barry Sanders. I'm trying to get myself a PSA 10. We're going to go through these and we're going to see which ones, if any, we think we should submit for grading. We're going to have a nice group of cards that are going away for grading, and then probably go ahead and show those off when we come back as well. The centering's pretty close, a little off. Corners look really nice, of course. We just pulled it from the pack. It should be good, but you know how that is, guys. Let's go ahead and finish this open. Get some more. Alright, what do we got? Rich Carlos, Bart Oates, Greg Lloyd, Matt Barr, Michael Carter, Jim Lachey, Tim Cremier, Johnny Hector, Anthony Bell, Randy Grimes, Kelly Stouffer, Jim Covert, Jim Arnold, Vesty Jackson, and Robert Massey. Let's get Jim Covert in sleeve. Put my Jim Mint sleeve here. Nice card. You guys are interested in any of these? You should have them listed when I start adding the information for our eBay listings and any of the other listings we have up. Chris Moher, John L. Williams, another Barry Sanders, Brad Munster, Jim Domborowski, Don Majorski, Mike Kane, Seth Joyner, Chris Dolman, Mark Duper, Bob Golick, Eric Howard, Bubby Brister, Pete Hollowan, Mark Kelso. Mike Tomczak, Bobby Herbert, Blair Bush, Sean Collins, Keith Jackson, Hassan Jones, Hugh Green, Mervyn Fernandez, Pepper Johnson, John Restira, and Leroy Irvin, Jim Kelly, Webster Slaughter, Albert Lewis, and Roger Craig. Mike Kofer, Dave Craig, Eric McMillan, Travis McNeil, Tony Casillas, Gary Zimmerman, Doug Reisenberg, Derek Hill, Andre Ware, rookie card, Mike Walter, Gerald Riggs, Anthony Munoz, Ken O'Brien, J.T. Smith, and Bruce Hill. Martin Bayless, Jack Trudeau, Gary Hogboom, Roland James, Bob Galino, Bill Bates, Eric McMillan, Travis McNeil, Tony Casillas, Gary Zimmerman, Doug Reisenberg, Derek Hill, Andre Ware, and Mike Walter. Normally I just tear, but this plastic just seems to want to not want to tear properly, and I don't want to damage these cards, so cut them out is what we're going to do. Merrill Hodge, Willie Anderson, Thurman Thomas, Felix Wright, another Derek Thomas, there we go, John Taylor, Johnny Meads, Wilbur Marshall, David Fulcher, David Treadwell, Bert Grossman, Donnell Thompson, Jeff George rookie card, Steve Morgan, and Mike Singletary. Mike Langsford, Shane Collin, Chet Brooks, Steve Brown, Bobby Humphrey, Vi Shamira, Donald Iglea, Jacob Green, Bernie Blades, Keith Van Horn, Craig Hayward, Robert Brown, Scott Fulheg, and Chris Carter. All right. Lift on that. Vi Shamira, Donald Iglea rookie, Jacob Green, Bernie Blades, Keith Van Horn, Craig Hayward. Going a little quick because you guys have already seen most of these. Robert Brown, Scott Fulheg, Chris Carter, Ray Berry, where'd Bob come from? Dan Marino, Steve Boone, Mark Bavaro, Keith Willis, and Tom Newberry. Reggie White, Steve Jordan, Mark Collins, Kevin Green, Jim Richter, Steve Young, Ray Childress, Tyrone Braxton, Tony Eason, Lewis Sharp, Paul Gruber, Brian Blades, Jerry Rice, Fleer All-Pro 1990. Let's go. Nice card. Real nice card. Corners look great. Surface looks great. Great card. Hall of Famer, Jerry Rice. What a stud. What a stud. Icky Woods. Another John Elway, that's nice. Leslie O'Neal. Dwayne Bickett. Ricky Reynolds. Steve Grogan. Neil Anderson. Jim Jeffcoat. Morton Anderson. Otis Anderson. Jerome Brown. Bill Brooks. Mike Harden. Vince Newsom. And Scott Drake. Alright, put those over here. I would like to sleeve up John Elway and the Steve Young. Add it to our nice collection over here. I'll go ahead and sleeve up that Reggie White. Okay. Arthur Cox, Kirk Lodermilk, Jeff Dellenbach, Bo Jack, Lionel Manuel, Lewis Lips, Jim Everett, Andre Reed, Eric Metcalf, Leonard Griffith, Joe Montana, Mike Rozier, Charles Mann, Lewis Phillips, and Orrin Mobley. Got a nice Howie Long on the back. Drew Hill, Art Monk, Bruce Reimers, Carl Mecklenburg, Gil Bird, Clarence Verdon, Broderick Thomas, Cedric Jones, James Thornton, Steve Walsh, Sam Mills, Ed Reynolds, Randall Cunningham, Mark Clayton, and Howie Long. Chris Dolman, Fleer All-Pro, Lomas Brown, Kevin Butler, Chris Jackie, Deion Sanders, Clyde Simmons, Kirk Lodermilk, Jeff Dollenbach, Bo Jack, Lionel Manuel, Lewis Lips, Jim Everett, Andre Reed, and Eric Metcalf. Ralph Machinko, Leon White, Michael Brooks, Marion Butts, Michael Ball, Ron Stallworth, Fred Marion, Chris Barr, Nate Newton, Brian Noble. Hey, we got another checklist. Kenneth Sims, Mark Logan, another Marcus Allen. Nice checklist off the top. Jerry Ball, Andre Bruce, Rich Gannon, Jeff Hosteller, David Little, Brian Brennan, Pete Mandley, Chip Lomar, Jason Buck, James Hasty, Tom Tupa, Mark Carrier, Joe Nash, and Anthony Minoz, Flair All Pro. Minoz. Who knows Minoz? All right. Steve Smith, Dave Meggett, Thomas Everett, Buford McGee, Larry Kinnenbrew, Bernie Kosar, Chris Martin, Tom Ratham, Tony Zanahas, Gary Clark, Rodney Holman, Ken Lanier, Jim Mahone, John Hand, Freddie Joe Nunn. Keith Ryers, Rick Finney, Jeff Cross, Mike Dial, Phil Sims, Gerald Williams, Jackie Slater, Don Beebe, Clay Matthews, Walker Lee Ashley, Kevin Fagan, John Grimsley, Darrell Green, Lee Johnson, and Steve Atwater. Mark Duper, Bob Golick, Eric Howard, Bubby Brister, Pete Hollowan, Mark Kelso, Tim Manoa, Christian Okoye, Pierce Holt, Ernest Givens, Mark May, Boomer Esiason, Mark Jackson, and Billy Ray Smith and Pat Beach. Chris Martin, Tom Rantham, Tony Zayadas, Gary Clark, Rodney Holman, Ken Lanier, Jim Mahone, John Hand, Freddie Joe Nunn, Tim Gold, Eric Sanders, Mike Saxton, Ken Rugers, Rufus Porter, and John Settle. We got spoiled with a couple of them packs. Let's hope that luck continues. Johnny Rimbert, Jeff Criswell, Earl Farrell, Winston Moss, Jeff Bryant, Rodney Pete, Jay Hilgenberg, Stan Brock, Keith Woodside, Bill Frolic, John Tettleson, Keith Millard, Pete Stoyanovich, Jay Schroeder, Carl Banks. That was a complete miss one, wasn't it? It's alright. That means the next one's going to be good. That's what that means, guys. Okay, come on, let's get this. Tim Manoa, Christian Okoye, Pierce Holt, Ernest Givens, Mark May, Boomer Esiason, Mark Jackson, Billy Ray Sims, Pat Beach, Vinny Testaverde, Bruce Armstrong, Jim Harbaugh, Willie Burrow, Ricky Jackson, and Jim Holland. Brent Fullwood, Chris Miller, Mike Quick, Joey Bernier, John Offerdahl, Eddie Anderson, Leonard Marshall, Rod Woodson, Henry Ellard, Scott Norwood, Thrain Gash, Nick Lowry, Mike Kofer, Bruce Matthews, and Darryl Brandt. All right, Warren Moon, Ricky Sanders, James Brooks, Steve Sturwell, Tim Spencer, Chip Banks, Willie Howard, Bob Pearman, Steve McMichael, Derek Shepard, Dalton Hillman, Broderick Thompson, Mike Schultz, Andre Rison, and Maurice Gerald Riggs, Anthony Minoz, Ken O'Brien, JT Smith, Bruce Hill, David Craig, Mike Kofer, Dennis Gentry, Pat Swilling, Tony Mandrick, Evan Cooper, Brian Evans, Anthony Carter, Reggie Roby, Greg Townsend. Dry packs. Ray Berry, Dan Marino, Steve Berlin, Mark Bavaro, Keith Willis, Tom Newberry, Pete Mazar, Frank Minifield, Bill Maz, Ronnie Lott, Steve Stuhler, Mark Ripon, Ricky Dixon, Simon Fletcher, Anthony Miller. Oops. Oopsies. Troy Aikman on top. Don Warren, Lee Williams, Anthony Toney, Scott Studwell, Sean Landetta, Jerry Gray, Kellen Martin, Harris Barton, Steve Folsom, Vance Johnson, Al Toon, Rich Camilio, Ron Hall, and James Jefferson. Down to our last 4 packs, guys. We've already hit pretty good. I'd like to see a couple more real big hits. Honestly, there's not really many big hits in this, but they're fun. It's fun to see some of these older cards again. Maybe we'll do some 80s breaks if we can get a hold of a few. But the 90s are fun too. Charles Haley, Alonzo Highsmith, Greg Cragen, Troy Benson, Roy Green, Lars Tate, Norm Johnson, Chris Spielman, Richard Dent, Eric Martin, Mark Murphy, Ron Heller, Ray Wilson, and E.J. Jr. Terry Hogue hanging out the back. Leonard Griffin, Joe Montana, Mike Roser, Charles Mann, Lewis Phillips, Orson Mobley, Arthur Cox, Harvey Armstrong, Blair Thomas, John Stevens. Ooh, nice. Super Bowl MVPs. Got another one. Ray Horton, Tim Harris. We got a checklist. And of course the one that was on back. Let's go ahead and sleeve up the Super Bowl MVPs. This time we may have a good one here. This one may not be damaged at all. We got one in the first video. It had a nice little, looked like it where the ink just didn't get to. Looks pretty good. Put that aside. We got 2 of them now. I'll tell you, we got 3 of them. We got the one that was damaged. We'll finish sleeving those off video, the rest of those. Let's finish these last 2 packs. Step on page at least. So Stephon Page, Kenneth Turner, Dennis Gentry, Pat Swilling, Tony Mandrick, Evan Cooper, Byron Evans, Anthony Carter, Reggie Ward, Greg Townsend, Raul Allegre, Tim Johnson, Mike Welcher, Leonard Smith, Reggie Langhorn. Junk pack anyway. Last one, guys. Let's get this last pack. Let's get this. John Forcade, Perry Kemp, Keith Jones, Eric Allen, Herschel Walker, Farrell Edmonds, Don Mosbar, Lawrence Taylor, Mike Malarkey, Greg Bell, Cornelius Bennett, Mike Johnson, Kevin Porter, Jerry Rice, and Mike Munchak. Alright guys, that finishes up this box as well. A bunch of really good hits. I mean, can't complain when you get stuff like this out of a box that's only going for like 15, 20 bucks. I mean, how do you complain about this? Fun stuff. Hall of Famers. Probably a lot of them on the market, but still. Fun stuff. Alright guys, well, like if you like this, thumbs down if you don't. Either way, it helps the channel. Appreciate your guys' inputs. Leave some messages. What do you guys want to see? We'll get it back here on Packs. Thanks so much.